Now, here's 2nd and 6. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. But you look at this defense. This unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
We know it's only Week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
In motion, there goes Bell. Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Commanders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. That's pulled in at the 32. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. A give to Gibson running right. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and 3. They'll run with Gibson. Ooh, the juke. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Samuel gets him a first, and he's somebody's valued for more than just his receiving work. Sure, he had over 600 yards, but he also had almost 200 rushing yards, and the team loves using him as an additional ball carrier.
First down, Howell to throw. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now 2nd and 9. They run it again with Williams. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Commanders 7, Broncos 0.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
2nd and 10. They go play action with Howell. And he comes back with one complete. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Off play action. It's Howell. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And once more, Howell back to the air. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Howell, 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal, there's a huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
Taken down back at the 1-yard line.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone, Wilson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line of the red zone. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Throwing here, Howell. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns. Slide for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Commanders 14, Broncos 0.
kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
On 2nd down, Wilson. He'll air this one out from Mims. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now a 2nd and 10. Second down, Howell back to pass. He's got a man, complete, touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-0.
Commanders 21, Broncos nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon, as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll go play action. Howell. And that is incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Howell out of the shotgun. That's complete to Turner. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now Howell. And his throw here's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
Let's go.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Sam Howell, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing is Wilson. He's looking deep for Bell. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Denver. 51 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now it's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
36 power.
Wilson will throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a 28-0 lead, you figure they're just going to be happy to take this lead right into the locker room. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackled back at the 30-yard line.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big.
There he goes, left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And now they're in the hurry-up.
47-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
Play action. Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Good job right there.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
20-yard line.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4. A handoff running left is Gibson, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Gibson with the solid pickup there, and the Commanders love using his ability in a variety of roles. Led the team with almost 1,400 all-purpose yards in 2022. He can run it and catch it out of the backfield.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield.
Go.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Faking the handoff, Howell. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop,
And that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Sam Howell. A 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Commanders have taken a 5-touchdown lead. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw hauled in by Bell. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Riley Dixon now, standing just about on his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a nice experience explosive play there, and this defense told us we have to have our eyes right on their RPO sets, and they did not have their eyes right.
I love that term, eyes right, meaning they have to be in the proper place and read your keys. And a smart thinking guy running an offense can see when you break down on that, and he took full advantage of it.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
At the 37-yard line.
Ready.
Now Cunningham. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
19 Lions.
Back to throw, Howell. That one downfield for Dotson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Going for it on fourth. Here's Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Yeah, this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on fourth. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's first and 10. And once more, Howell back to the air. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. We're up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Gibson here running out of the gun. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Second down throw for Howell. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Commanders are on their way to a 2-0 start. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. So here we go, 4th down. Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Brought down by Fabian Moreau. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
4th down, Howell. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. To throw is Wilson. Throw complete to Bell. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A huge play there for Denver. 49 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Greg Dulcich from 17 yards out. And the Broncos are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Wilson and the Broncos offense going to stay on the field. They'll go for two. They'll try and throw for it. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Quan Martin. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way.
Broncos 6. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really should have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
Go check! Go check! Ready?
And now the rookie's free. He may go. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Pushing his way through. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
On first down, Wilson. Well, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Brings up third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today.